So, hi Cesar, how's it going?
Pretty good, Joe.
Good.
Pretty good.
Hey, tell me about the hydrometer today, would you?
Yeah, this here's the hygrometer, and it measures relative humidity and temperature. We use this tool to identify if we're being effective in the drying process, or it'll help us see if there are any red lights. If when we're trying to dry out a home, the relative humidity isn't dropping, we know that we need to change it up. So with this tool, we know how hot and cold the work environment is. To dry a home, you want it to be hotter in the work area, the drying chamber. So we'll look at this and make sure that the temperature is rising, but we'll also make sure that the relative humidity is dropping. So we'll keep on checking it until we're fully dry.
Oh, interesting. And what kind of occasion would you typically see where the moisture is not dropping? What would lead to that?
Well, if the moisture is not dropping, the leak could still be active. Sometimes we'll have a plumber come out and they'll find the leak and maybe something will go undetected. So as much as we're drying the environment, it could essentially have another leak at the home. Another way where the area wouldn't be drying out would be if the dehumidifier that we have in the home is not the right size. If we have a dehumidifier that's too small for the amount of water in the environment, we would have the water come up into the air, and then it just wouldn't be recycled fast enough. So when you look at a hygrometer, you want to make sure that that's not happening, and if so, you could catch it right away and bring in the right equipment.
Excellent. Okay. You were going to talk about another type of moisture sensor today.
Yeah, this one we call the moisture meter, and it identifies the wet materials compared to the dry materials. So this one's actually pretty neat. It's got two different ways of checking the affected materials. One of the ways is through these prongs, which is one of the more common one. You basically poke down on the material and it'll tell you if it's wet or dry. Typically you want to use the prongs on materials like carpet. Carpet have padding underneath typically, and if you have a thick carpet, you want to make sure that you poke all the way through to test every material that may be down there. If you have a raised foundation, you want to make sure you're checking the carpet, the padding, the subfloor, which is typically plywood. The other sensor that it has is the non-invasive. This is the basic one. You basically use it on drywall, on the material that you want to just check it without causing any damage.
Are there ever events where you would use those two prongs into a piece of drywall, for instance?
There are baseboards that are higher than normal, and they could be really high quality baseboards. So you can have the situation where it'd be more cost effective to go through the drywall as it would to go through the baseboard. If I have a high baseboard and I check above the baseboard line and there isn't any moisture, there is a chance that there could be moisture somewhere in between. Water could be waking up and just not have made it above the baseboard yet. So what you do is you grab the tongue, and right above the baseboard you angle it down to try and get a reading. If you pick up a reading there, then maybe you could cut some drywall and shoot some hot air back there to dry it out, or break the bad news that the baseboard has to go.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, great. Well, thanks very much. That was really helpful. I appreciate your time today, Cesar.
Sounds good.
Great.